show you the veins that were done here. One thing is, let's just out away for a second.
No, she's a son, and he didn't know. That was so, like, misheard.
Well, this isn't perfect, but I should have done another one. Well, anyway, this one's good for veins, but what I wanted to at least remind you guys of here, you can see the aortic arch. Oh, this is the one that was also broken. Well, okay. At least what we can see here is this is your aortic arch here, like that. And you can see the major branches here and here. You might, running out of time, but at least what we've got is a few things. Okay, so remember these two big branches off the aortic trunk, or I mean the aortic arch there. So remember, the right would be brachiocephalic trunk, and then this broken one is the left subclavian artery, okay? I think if you can at least know through your subclavian will be good. Okay, do you see this? How this is the left subclavian coming off the arch? Okay. But this is the brachiocephalic trunk, which gives rise to 3 branches, okay? Well, what it does is gives rise to the right subclavian. You see how that's part there, okay? And then these two things here, this is right common carotid and then left common carotid, okay? I think if you at least know those big branches there, that's pretty good. I've got over here some better veins. Okay, so again, this is the aorta coming out. We've got all the veins out of the way. So this, unfortunately, is broken, but at least we've still got something. So right here, okay, see this right here? Get a forceps here. This right here.
That was a left subclavian?
This is the left subclavian, correct. Okay, you see how that comes off the arch, which is here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the arch, I'm putting the forceps underneath the arch like that. Okay, you see that? So here, we have broken them, but at least we still have the branches. Okay, this is your left subclavian, okay, brachiocephalic, right? And then 2 common carotids, and then this is just one little piece of your right subclavian. Okay, as long as you know those big branches from here for arteries, I think that's good. Okay, but let's go over to this one. I've got some veins and some better abdominal arteries, okay? So again, you've got your ascending aorta, right? Aortic arch. Okay, but what are we gonna call this? Thoracic aorta, and then abdominal, okay? So now, this one, I wanted to use this just for your main branches off of the aorta, okay? Then let's put that one away. Look at this one. This one, the arteries are deeper, so I liked that one for that. But here, we actually still have some veins intact. Okay, here is the superior vena cava. Here. Okay, see that? Okay, now, there's a lot of extra veins than there are arteries, so it gets a little tricky. But I think if you can at least know these few things. So here, just this little short piece, right, from this branch to this branch. What do you call those first 2 little branches that come into the vena cava?
Brachiocephalic veins.
The brachiocephalic veins. You got the right and the left brachiocephalic veins. Okay. And what are these? And there is an external and internal, but I just call them jugular. Yeah. Okay. So those are some jugular veins. Okay. So then you can see here would be the right subclavian vein moving into axillary and brachial. But I think as long as we can at least see our subclavians, okay? It's a little tricky, okay, because this is actually a scapular vein or something, but this is the actual subclavian part. So that's a little tricky. But this is a branch that you don't actually have to know. Okay, but here is the left subclavian and then left brachiocephalic, and then left subclavian. Okay, do y'all see that? It's not perfect, but at least you've got something better. Okay, did everybody kind of see that? So again, superior vena cava, left brachiocephalic, right brachiocephalic, and I just kind of say this general tube here, okay? Because then at the branch, they're going to become different.
Which tube? Sorry.
From here to the branch. Okay, you see how
That's
there's
the
a
brachiocephalic.
brachiocephalic. And we keep looking at the diagram on the painting too. If you want. But here, there's a lot of extra branches you don't need to know. But this would be the left jugular, and then this is actually your left subclavian moving into the axillary. Okay, this is something called scapula. You don't have to know. Let's just go that way. Okay, so here, yeah, this should be the right subclavian. Okay, y'all see that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's a little mushy and cloudy, but I don't have time to do perfect. But here, again, we can just barely say that that's brachiocephalic, and then from here to the branch. You see? So that there to there is brachiocephalic, and there to there is brachiocephalic. Okay? All right, now this is a good one to see your abdominal arteries more so than veins down here, because a lot of veins are obscured with that portal system. But here, you see this white big thing is actually the abdominal aorta. Okay? This is your very first branch past the diaphragm. Okay, so what's that? Celiac trunk, and which three organs does it supply? Spleen, stomach, and liver. So you can see that right there. What's this thing? Well, no, I'm not doing an artery right now, actually, but this organ here.
Is it the pancreas?
That's the pancreas. Very good. So don't forget the pancreas here. Okay, so that was, here's your vena cava inferior going up through the liver. It literally goes through the liver. Okay, but here is the aorta. Okay, so aorta is here and all the way down here. So that was celiac trunk. Okay, so then the next branch down is what?
Superior mesenteric.
Superior mesenteric, and it is in fact kind of going into these small intestines. All this tissue here, remember, is called mesentery. So you can see all the branches going in. It's tissue there to help kind of bring in vessels. Okay, so mesentery. That's why that's called that. All right, then almost right at the same level, but just below it, just inferior, we'd find the renal arteries. Okay, there's a renal vein there. The artery is kind of smaller. Where did it? I just had it in here. I don't know why. Did I break that too? Okay. Well, it's right there. Okay, there's a little tiny. Let's just get the vein out of the way so we can focus on this. Okay, there you go. So here is your left renal artery. You see that? Okay, so again, celiac trunk, superior mesenteric. You see the branch right here, right? And then right here. Then renals. You go down, and we actually can see ovarian here. This is a little girl and got ovaries here. I actually don't see an inferior mesenteric, so I'm just going to stop with that. But the other thing we can do, though, is say, oops, I popped that off. Is these two next branches, I think, should be good to know. What do you think those are? Iliacs, yeah. This is the umbilical arteries. I forget about those in the fetus here. Yeah, so let's not worry about those too much. There's something else. But anyway, you can see at least right and left iliac artery. Okay? Here you can see the vena cava. We could see the iliac veins in there. Okay? But at least know in your vena cava here, renal veins, if I could get that out. But at least you've got most of your arteries here. Okay? So major branches up here and your major branches here. So again, the things I would know are superior vena cava. We do see inferior vena cava too. Right here, right, coming this is mushy in here, but that's the right brachiocephalic, left brachiocephalic, left subclavian, and then right subclavian vein, and then 2 jugulars. Got it? Okay, that's pretty good. If you know that, and then those major arteries here, and then the major aortic branches, that's pretty good. Okay? Yay!